the sauna. Welcome to In the Sauna with Dr. Kasey and Payton Lewis.
Welcome back to
Sauna Talk. Busting out the abs in the intro.
what's that?
Eggs.
So today we're going to talk about eggs, college cheating, censorship, and St. Patrick's Day. I got some really cool stuff about St. Patrick's Day. But first, let's talk about eggs. What's the deal? Have you been watching the trending on that?
Yeah. People are saying, oh, eggs cause heart disease and eggs cause this. Don't eat eggs. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Alright, so let's get into that. What eggs? Eggs have, they're really good for protein, fat, vitamin D, vitamin A, 2B complexes. They're a great source for riboflavin, selenium, and choline.
Selenium and what was the other word?
Choline.
Choline. In eggs.
Choline is like a methyl group that helps to metabolize in your metabolism. So it helps your metabolism, helps to break down things.
And then selenium or whatever.
Selenium is an antioxidant. So it helps your body actually be quite healthy. It's in a lot of things, a lot of different foods.
So basically, eggs so far are good.
Well,
everything in
they are. I mean, think about it. There are certain people that are prone to cholesterol, okay? But there isn't any research out there that I've ever come across that said definitively that eggs cause cholesterol issues. There's just no evidence of it that I've found. It's not, if you're an individual, and I'll use an individual that I know that we had to take him off of eggs, not because it was causing his cholesterol issues or his high blood pressure, is that we changed his diet. And one of those in changing his diet is that in the morning he didn't eat protein. He started his day off differently, and in doing so, his cholesterol went way down. He got off his medication, and he's a different guy today. There are some people that are prone to eating, improperly, and they have an opportunity for their cholesterol to go up. But I feel that all the research that I've done, when it comes to talking about your cardiovascular system, that NSAIDs, Tylenol, Motrin, Advil, all those kinds of things probably do more damage to your cardiovascular system that result in trauma to your cardiovascular system. Well, what's the Band-Aid? The Band-Aid's cholesterol. So your body overproduces in a sense. So my feeling isn't, I haven't researched this yet, but I bet if somebody out there were to do this, they might find that stress that people already are putting their body through, and then when the stress is giving them a headache or giving them whatever ailment they have, inflammation, they just take these pills, potions, and notions that ultimately result, A, in abating their symptom, but in B, is creating actual more side effects down the road, like damaging their cardiovascular system. I read a study where stroke is one thing that could absolutely bankrupt the medical world, is that they talked about how much we as Americans consume in NSAIDs, because it's over the counter, so therefore it must be safe, when aspirin alone has 21 side effects. And they're talking about how that is damaging our vascular system that ultimately over time creates strokes.
So you're telling me that the problem's not eggs, it's over-the-counter medicine?
Well, I mean, I'd be more pointed towards an over-the-counter drug, taking that on a daily basis than I am eating an egg.
Yeah.
Plus, there's other ways to eat eggs. Like the hard-boiled eggs, it's completely different than, say, eating an egg that's the yolk is not hard; it's soft. You're increasing the percentage, for uptake, I guess, of cholesterol from that egg. But the egg isn't itself what's causing the problem. It's not. People get all, I don't know what the word is, discombobulated because they read one review or one medical whatever. Well, when you see those things, look at who funded it. Who funded that research? And I guarantee it was by a pharmaceutical industry, because why? They have a pill that will resolve that issue.
So, what's the difference between organic eggs, like the ones we have in our backyard, than the ones you buy that aren't organic? Because there's organic in the store, but there's also non-organic in the store.
Well, I guess the classification organic has to be with well, you know, if your chickens are free-range chickens, and they're not in a massive cage and a massive warehouse, plopping down eggs on a conveyor belt. I guess that would classify as organic. So when a chicken has an egg, it has a film on the egg. And so if I take that egg from the chicken coop into my house and I put it on the counter, that egg will be completely fine on that counter for many, 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 many months. As long as it's not put to extreme heat, it is going to be absolutely fine. But when you wash that egg, you wash that film off of that shell, now you probably should put that in the refrigerator, just because you've taken its natural defense and you've wiped it away. So that would, I guess, be one, you know, and man, I'm sweating. So eggs, no. Are they harmful for you? And no. In certain people's cases, maybe so, just back off. But as far as having eggs,
for mine, I didn't eat eggs. I stopped eating eggs, and then I started eating eggs. I did a workout. My cardiovascular, I was like, I can't do it. My blood's not flowing. And then the next workout, I ate eggs and vegetables before, and I did the workout perfectly fine. So you just gotta know your body, what foods work for you, whatever, you know.
Well, in your case, because of the level of intensity that you're working out at, you needed that protein as a base nutrient for your muscles, and you weren't getting that. You were kind of starving yourself. So yeah, that's why we changed that. And eggs, like I say, it's a great resource. You know, one of the statistics I read is that one egg is 44 grams, and it has, what do they say? It contains 164 milligrams of cholesterol. It's like, you know, you can't even see that. It's so small. And again, your body, cholesterol for some people is a very, very, very good thing. And for some people it's not, because their diet is so out of scale. They're eating the wrong foods all the time, and their body's always being inflamed all the time. And when that happens, you're going to produce cholesterol because you're damaging your vascular system that your cholesterol is trying to repair. And so ultimately it boils down to is just how inflamed are you? If your body's always eating crappy food, you're always inflamed. When you're always inflamed, you're at risk for high cholesterol and heart and vascular diseases.
Moving on, eggs are not as bad as they say they are. Like you said, look who funded it, because they probably made a pill for it.
Right.
So let's move on to the next subject.
Next subject, let's talk about college cheating.
Oh, wow, yeah. Wow, that's big.
This is real big.
Rich parents have a big part on this.
Well, because you're talking to two people. I went to college on a full-ride athletic scholarship. He goes to college on a full-ride athletic scholarship. So, we know the work that was put in to get that scholarship. I know I started in 6th grade. I know you probably started in 9th grade. Would you say?
Well, I started pole vaulting freshman year, yeah.
Yeah, so about 9th grade is when you kind of went, click, I want to go to college, Dad, and I want to get a full-ride scholarship.
Well, you told us we couldn't go to college unless we paid for it ourselves, and one way you could pay for it yourself is a scholarship through academics. Yeah. But now this thing comes out where these rich parents are paying people to take their kids' SAT, ACT tests, and basically do school for them to get them into these big colleges. And there's kids like me, or kids that come with, you know, less opportunities, that worked hard for it, and they're getting that taken away from them because these parents with a lot of money are basically paying their way, because guess what? People like money, and money talks. So they're taking the opportunity from these less opportunity kids,
That hurt. Fat.
you know, from their opportunity to grow their education and go to college.
Think about
They're
that.
basically taking their dreams away.
Think about this. You've got a son named Bobby or a daughter named Betty. That's easy.
Sorry if your kid's name that.
And they've been working their tail off, and they want to go and they want to be on the lacrosse team, and they have gotten good grades, and they're right on that bubble of being good enough to get that scholarship. And then you get that phone call saying, sorry, but we went ahead and went with whomever, another person, and we gave that scholarship away. Now, we still want you to be on our team as a walk-on. You're a preferred walk-on, meaning you go to our school, you pay our $20,000 a year fees to go to our school, but you have the great privilege of being on our team. And so the kid does that. Why? Because he's got a heart of a lion. He wants to, or she wants to, compete and get better. They just don't give up because of that heart condition that they have. Is just they're like a lion. They want to go, go, go. And then you get there and you find out there's this person on the team that totally sucks. You're like, what are you doing on our team? You find out that they're on a full-ride scholarship, and you're just like, oh.
And then months later, they find out that their parents paid for them to be on the team.
Well, that's never been found until just recently. This has been going on. I went to college from 81 to 86. What was it? 80? Yeah, 81 to 86. Graduated in 86, I guess, 85. But the cheating like this, has gone on in many other different ways, but not to, I think, the level that they just found out. I mean, millions of dollars are paid to all these so-called people that go in. They had kids taking SATs for them. They showed kids.
That's like something in a movie. You watch a movie and they pay for these kids to take their tests and stuff. That's like some movie stuff.
Think about this. They put their kid's head picture on another body doing an athletic skill.
Oh wow, that's kind of talented with the photo crop.
Yeah. So that cheating's been going on forever. Like I said in a prior thing, that being a track and field athlete, steroids were rampant, and think about the Olympic Games when they didn't let the Russians come to the last, I believe, the last two Winter Games, right?
Yeah.
Or summer games.
Yeah.
Because they
could come unattached or whatever, but not as a
for
country.
actual as a country.
Yeah.
Because they found hundreds, if not thousands, of athletes in the vault that once they got the right testing tools, they're all on steroids. All of them. They all are cheating. Why? Because a lot of the Eastern Bloc, European countries, they didn't have it like we have here in America, which is, truly the best make it. In that, for the American athlete to compete against a lot of the Eastern Bloc countries, we had to take steroids just to compete, because unless you were a phenomenal athlete, I'm not even going to say his name, but
Like me.
it was something that they always felt like they had to get an upper edge. And so cheating's been going on for a long time. I'm just really, really happy they caught him. Because I feel bad for just that family that takes a lot of pride.